So as always, prep begins the night before. So I'm having something a bit more interesting. I'm not having a sandwich tomorrow because tonight I cooked some salmon. Basically I stir-fried some vegetables. This was just a pack of vegetables that was like pre-cut from Tesco, and I sauteed it or stir-fried it with honey, some soy sauce, some sesame oil, garlic, chili crunch, and just made this really lovely vegetable stir fry. I have this bento box here, which this is my first time using this bento box, and it's really handy because you can actually take the trays out. So if you wanted to heat this up or whatever, you could do, and they come out for easy cleaning, which I think is great. So I have this, and in one section I am going to pop the vegetable stir fry, and I'm very much looking forward to this. And this is such a fantastic idea because you can eat this cold, like salmon and stir fried veg. You can eat it cold, you could heat it up if you want to, but I kind of think it's a bit of a faux pas to heat fish up in a canteen. Some people do it. I am not one to do that. I would feel too bad if I was to do that. But anyway, here is my stir-fried vegetables. There's spinach in here, carrot, garlic, as I've said. I also have some mushrooms in here as well. So that's nice and prepped. And on the salmon side, I'm going to do a bed of cucumber. So I've just popped this cucumber on a tray because I cut it before and it just has salt on it basically. There's nothing else on this cucumber. But I love cucumber, especially with salmon. So I'm going to pop that in half of the tray. And this is another good thing about these popping out for easy cleaning, because if you're going to put salmon in here, it's not going to smell the nicest. But how I'm going to combat that is I'm going to, in fact, I was going to use a bit of tinfoil, but I think that defeats the object a little bit. So I'm just gonna go for it and hope for the best. So I have my salmon here, which, as you saw, I prepped earlier, and I'm going to try and get it in one piece, and that is my lunch. And it looks so good, and I can guarantee you tomorrow I will be a very, very happy girl indeed when I'm opening up my little bento box, which consists of some nice vegetables, some fish, some salad. If I had some egg fried rice, I would pop that in here in the bottom, or if I had some butternut squash or something like that, I would add it, but I don't. But this is perfectly sufficient for me. If anything, I would say this is probably more than I would normally eat at lunchtime. So yeah, that is lunch all prepped, a nice and easy one. Salmon is of course free on WW, as is majority of that veg. The only thing you'd have to factor in is your honey and things like that, your chili crunch. So yeah, that is the first component. Also, we'll take some quavers with me. These are 3 points in WW and a can of Coke Zero. Now, I may not get to the quavers, guys, just because that is quite a hefty lunch for me, as I've said. But I'm going to take them anyway. That is lunch sorted. And now I'm going to turn my attention to breakfast. I'm just going to take some berries, which I will wash tomorrow when I'm at work. And I just have these lovely bright red crimson berries, which is very fitting because tomorrow is Valentine's Day as well. So these are very apt in their colouring. They're like a ruby rich red, really gorgeous quality. So I'm going to have those. And alongside it, I am going to have some yogurt. Now, normally I would just pop my yogurt on top, but I actually only have one of the small tubs of Greek yogurt. This is 0%. It's free on WW, so you don't really have to factor breakfast in at all. But in my locker at work, I have a little squeezy bottle of, is it the Rosa honey, or I can't remember the brand, but it's the honey that I use in general. I have a smaller one in my locker, so I'll just use a little bit of that in the morning. But yeah, this is my lunch, and I'm gonna grab my lunch bag, which I had a ton of questions about in my last What I Eat in a Day. Follow me around the office, and I got a lot of questions about this lunch bag, which is so good. It's so handy, and it's from Kind Bag. Now, I am a little bit concerned because this stuff's just gonna kind of move around, but there's not really much I can do about that because I don't think it's going to sit down the other way, if I'm honest. Maybe it will. Oh, actually, yeah, it will. That's insane. That's really good. It's actually fit. It's actually fit down the way that I would like it to sit, which is just flat in the bottom of the bag, which is ideal. And then I'm just going to pop my yogurt in there as well, my can of Coke, and my crisps, and as a little treat, I'm also going to pop in a little sneaky bit of delight in the form of this miniature cream egg that I have. That will be so good around 10 AM tomorrow when it's not quite lunchtime yet, but I want a bit of a sweet treat. And then because it's Valentine's Day tomorrow, Andrew is cooking, so I cannot tell you what we're having for dinner, but I am very excited to find that out. So here we have it, that big lunch is in my lovely lunch bag, all nice and secure, ready for the fridge. And it is a bit of a hefty one tomorrow because again I have that big bento box with me, but it's really stylish, I really like it, and it's great quality as well. Home from the office now. I've just put my comfies on, and as you might have seen from the decorations, today is Valentine's Day. I was in the office today, I've just got back. You saw what I had for breakfast and lunch. Yeah, both were so delicious, honestly, especially the lunch. Like it was mega. But plot twist, Andy's taking care of dinner tonight because it's Valentine's Day, and he's making steak and chips, and there's a starter which is some garlic bread batons, there's dessert. So I'm not going to track this, I'm not going to point it. All I will say is I've had a very healthy breakfast and a very low calorie lunch, which was basically salmon and sauteed vegetables and cucumber. So I am ready for all the treats that tonight is going to bring. First off though, I'm a bit peckish, and I don't think we'll be having dinner for another hour and a half. So I'm going to have a banana and a cup of tea, courtesy of Andy. The kettle is on now. And yeah, hopefully this shows you guys balance. It shows you guys how I navigate occasions like Valentine's Day, office days, that kind of thing. I'm gonna go have my cup of tea, and then later on I'll show you the delicious things that we're having for dinner and dessert. Andrew has prepared some steak and chips, so that's the steak. We got this from M&S today, as you saw. These are the salt and pepper chunky fries, which look delicious. We have some coleslaw here as well. And to start, we have some batons of cheesy garlic bread. And then the dessert we have is the two become one heart, but I popped a blondie truffle on the top. And we also have some Prosecco as well, so it looks really great. I cannot wait to have it. And as I said, I'm not going to try and point this up, I'm just going to sit and enjoy it. But the rest of my day was relatively low calorie anyway. A lovely evening and day of food that we've had. So we've had dinner, I've come upstairs now, cleansed and got myself ready for bed. I'm hoping to edit this video and have it live for Monday or Tuesday of next week. So fingers crossed for that, because I do have a busy weekend, so we'll see. But yeah, the steak was lovely, the chips were delicious. I didn't eat too much of the dessert, I only had a bit of that because honestly I was just so full. But I hope you've enjoyed it nevertheless, and again, seeing what I eat in a day when it comes to Valentine's Day and navigating holidays and working and eating on the go and trying to meal prep and plan as much as possible when it comes to lunch and breakfast and that kind of thing. So yeah, give it a thumbs up, say hey in the comments. I always love reading and replying to your comments, so please make sure you say hi. Let me know how you all are, how you've spent your weekend and what you're up to. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye.